Hello everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am so excited to have you here with me today. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Rachel. I am a speaker, an author, a business owner, but most importantly for today, I am an accountant. So today we're going to be talking all about the different sort of roles you can expect to see in the accounting and finance industry if you are looking for a job, what you could expect to be doing if you landed that position, and most importantly, how much you can expect to earn doing that role. This sort of information is firstly super juicy, and secondly quite hard to find all in one place. And when I was sort of looking at different qualifications and different roles and different career paths, I would have absolutely loved this sort of content to just sit down, have a cup of tea, maybe some popcorn, and just sort of run through all of the different roles, responsibilities, and potential earnings, which I think is really important to speak openly about. So that is what I am here to do for you today. Okay, so the first job we're going to be talking about today is the bookkeeper. So bookkeepers work at the very heart of businesses, and they give the business owner and the wider business the opportunity to remain up to date at any given time. So they keep all of the financial records and transactions up to date at any given time, and they also do tasks such as processing purchase orders and invoicing, raising sales invoices and doing some credit control, which is chasing outstanding debts. They do lots of financial administration, data processing, payroll accounting, and preparing financial statements. So as you can see, a bookkeeper really is at the heart of the business. They're working very closely with the business owners and other members of the finance team. And the average salary in the UK of a bookkeeper is between £24,000 and £26,000. Next up, I am talking all about the accounts assistant. So this is an entry-level role, so if you're currently studying AAT level 2 or level 3, you could definitely expect yourself to be applying for this sort of position. So accounts assistants really do what they say on the tin. They support the accounts department, and they'll perform tasks like processing and recording transactions, preparing reports and budgets. They'll act as a go-between and a point of communication between clients, customers, and suppliers. They quite often fact check, so if you have an employee submitting an expense claim form, it might be one of their jobs to really just common sense check every expense on there and make sure that they are allowable and reasonable expenses. If you are applying for account assistant positions, you can also expect to do some general office duties such as filing and administration. As I said, this is an absolutely fantastic entry-level role, or maybe a first role after an apprenticeship, which could also lead on to other positions that I'll come on to later. So that was all about the accounts assistant, and coming to the juicy bit, if you are applying for accounts assistant roles in the UK in 2021, you can expect to receive a salary of between £21,000 and £24,000. Okay, so next up we've got the role of a payroll assistant and a payroll manager. Now I've grouped them together because payroll is generally quite a small team, and if you do have an interest in payroll, this is probably for you. So you would enter as a payroll administrator and maybe move on to a payroll manager where you have more control. So payroll managers are required to be responsible for the payroll team, and payroll assistants would work with the payroll manager. It's the payroll manager's responsibility to train all of the members of staff and make sure they are complying with all of the legislation involved in preparing payroll. So as well as processing payroll, liaising with clients, liaising with members of staff, reconciling all of the reports that are produced at the end of the payroll period, you can also expect to develop really good internal relationships with the HR department, so when they're welcoming new members of the team, it will automatically feed through to the payroll department. And a big part of your role will be working with the staff and the employees that you're processing payroll for to make sure that you're ironing out any concerns, queries that they've got with their payroll, and that they are happy customers of the payroll department. So the average salary of a payroll manager in the UK is £37,000, and the average salary of a payroll assistant is between £21,000 and £24,000. Next up, we've got the role of the finance analyst. So a finance analyst is somebody who typically works in large firms and industries like banking, banks, pension funds, insurance companies, and other businesses. They advise and guide businesses on future and current investment decisions, and the work in depth involves the assessment, movement of stocks, bonds, investments, and pensions. This isn't stereotypically a role that's closely associated with the accountant, but if you are engaging in these sorts of videos because you really love numbers and you really like the analysis side, I would say both the accountancy and the finance analyst roles would really interest you, so I wanted to include it. And moving back to the juicy bit, the average salary of a finance analyst is £39,000. Okay, so next up we've got the role of the chartered accountant, my favourite. And being a chartered accountant basically involves lots of different bits of all of the roles I've just covered put together and incorporating that into processing financial statements for small, medium and large businesses. I don't want to go too in depth into what an accountant is, what an accountant does and how to become an accountant, because I do have one I made earlier. So if you check out this video, which is called How to Become an Accountant, it really deep dives into what an accountant is, what an accountant does and how to become an accountant. Essentially, you would be studying towards a world-renowned qualification to become a chartered accountant, and you would be working in a very stable industry. The average salary in the UK of a chartered accountant is between £38,000 and £41,000. Okay, so if you've been paying attention, you will have noticed that the salaries have been going up as I've been going through the list, and so I have saved the best till last. And the final role I want to talk about is a management position within the accounting industry. So it could be a tax manager, a VAT manager, an accounts manager. So you are in essence already a chartered accountant, you've got lots of experience, and now you're ready to take on more responsibility of managing a team. So if we focus specifically, let's say, on a tax manager, you would be creating, implementing, and overseeing the tax planning for your clients. And those clients might be businesses or individuals. You'll also be working with employees in order to make sure that that is happening on a larger scale for more businesses at any given time. Your primary goal, in essence, is to accurately manage your clients' tax reporting for compliance purposes. And the average salary of a tax manager in the UK is £57,000. Obviously, there is a lot of studying involved in what it takes to become an accountant, but hopefully you can see just by the information that I've pulled together today that it really does pay off, not only in the financial rewards, but in the fact that we get to work in one of the best industries in the world. I think it's the best. Just for your information, these figures are correct at 2021, and I've pulled the information together from Indeed, Total Jobs, Glassdoor, and Reed. As I said at the beginning, if you are new here, obviously welcome, but I would absolutely love to welcome you as a member of the family. So if you would love to become part of the family, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel. You can also hit the like button and give it a thumbs up if you like this video, and let me know in the comments what you enjoyed about this video. Thank you so much for joining me today. I've had the absolute best time sharing some time with you, and I hope to see you again very soon.